right on the coast. Got a big storm surge coming in now. Explosion. Oh yeah, it's coming up now.
Taken captive by other officers who saw a wounded black man and thought he must be a looter. And the next anyone saw of his body, it was burned to a crisp in the back of a car that was about a block from the police department.
Really tell
hang right here. Hey guys, we're seeing a lot of debris flowing up with this storm. We've now made it to Highway 11, Highway 33, right here at 359, just approaching the downtown area. Massive tornado.
It's supposed to be the coldest weather on record in 1,000 years.
What reasons do we have for this? Is this climate change? What's going on?
We don't really know. The experts. We don't really know. The experts. We don't really know. The experts don't even know.
Good evening. Now it's in the books forever, or at least until the next winter, as powerful and relentless as this one. It really will be spring before some of this snow is gone.
Unusually cold weather continues to pound the eastern half of the United States, and it is very serious. It's pushing temperatures well below normal.
Antenna. Steerable because it can aim millions of watts of ELF waves into one tiny patch of the atmosphere.
The amount of their entire output into a spot that's about 12 miles across by about 2.5 miles deep by about 90 miles up.
This is where HAARP is pointing.
In Haiti, so we've got a few hours now before daybreak, and then we're expecting to see the full scale of the damage and devastation that this powerful earthquake has wrought on the island.
The U.S. military says HAARP is merely being used to study the physical and electrical properties and behavior of the ionosphere for both civilian and defense purposes.
count of 3, send your power, I pray. Send your power, I pray. 1, 2, 3. Here goes Dennis. Here goes Dennis. Here goes, my God, my God, my God, my God.
What is that on screen? No astronomer has seen this before. Scientists say the claim is about what it might be. A meteor, a star, clearly a UFO as an unidentified. Michio Kaku is a theoretical physics professor and host of the new Science Channel series Sci-Fi Science, Physics of the Impossible. Tuesdays at 10 o'clock. We're in for a second season. Congratulations. Thank you. Back on the screen. What is it? We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We are stumped. Scientists around the world are saying, what the heck is this object? It doesn't fit any of the profiles of the usual suspects. That's the problem. The usual suspects are comet, meteor, stars, galaxies, planets. How about some sort of alien? Planets. How about some sort of alien? Planets. How about some sort of alien?
A video has been released showing a howling fireball streaming through the sky above America's Midwest late last night. The U.S. National Weather Service has confirmed that the light was a meteor.
Well, switching gears big time now. We've all heard about the end of the world in 2012. But could it be much, much sooner? Well, there's a whole lot of talk going all around the solar system that certain things we've seen recently should be taken as signs of something big right around the corner. From the devastating earthquake in Japan to massive flooding in the U.S., the likes of which we've never seen. Tornadoes, volcanoes, all kinds of natural disasters. And now, we're expecting a comet, Comet Yellen-N, coming close to Earth, relatively speaking, in just a few short months, expected here on October 16th.
British officials are reportedly working on a plan to assist US forces in a preemptive attack on Iranian military facilities. It follows claims Washington is moving towards a policy of intervention out of fear that Tehran is developing a nuclear weapons program.
Faced with the idea that the Americans, the British and the Israelis are looking to launch an unprovoked attack on Iran. And the world suddenly looks a much more dangerous place. I cannot imagine a worse alliance than these three powers. One power, America, is the only power in the world to have used atomic weapons. Israel has a secret illegal nuclear program which it denied for years, but we know it exists. It's the only nuclear power in the Middle East. And Britain, of course, the former colonial power, provided them the means to get those nuclear weapons all those years ago. These are the powers which have blood in their hand. Israel, of course, in Palestine and in Lebanon, but Britain and America's involvement in Iran goes way back to 1953 when they combined to overthrow a democratic government, and this is still remembered. A radical government under Mossadegh, which had nationalized the oil industry, was overthrown by an MI5 CIA coup which installed the Shah of Iran. And I think people in London and Washington have short memories about this. Well, firstly, Iran claims that it's developing a nuclear program for peaceful purposes. Personally, I'm against all nuclear weapons, but I think it's a bit rich to be Iran to be lectured by the likes of Washington, London and Tel Aviv on nuclear weapons, when these are the people, as I said, the Americans are the only people to have used those weapons. These are the nuclear powers all around Iran, China's and Russia's borders.
The Israeli newspaper Haaretz reported Netanyahu and Defense Minister Ehud Barak are trying to convince a majority of the cabinet to support military action against Iran. In addition, Israel's foreign ministry has instructed its ambassadors to tell other ambassadors and leaders the window of opportunity for imposing effective sanctions on Iran is closing.
All right. Getting back into time. You brothers and sisters, don't get caught up with Satan's devices. Looking at Planet Elenin and all these different dates. Oh, watch out for November 15th, 2000, 11/11, something's going to happen. And when they were saying that, I'm like, listen, man, I don't care about none of those things. Because if you're looking at the signs, you won't get caught up with all these dates. They're doing these things as a diversion. So you don't know what time you're in. I need you to get Jeremiah the 10th chapter real quick. We cannot get caught up in time. When I say get caught up in time, we can't get caught up in anything they're putting out there when it comes to what they're talking about, the Mayan calendar and all that garbage, 2012. Don't get caught up into none of that. We're going to show you what time it is. Let's get Romans. Hold it and get Romans 13 and 11 too. We're going to hold Daniel's, yeah. Romans 13 and 11.
Romans chapter 13 verse 11.
This is the time you must be aware of. Read.
And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep.
That's what time it is. There's no time for you to be looking at planet Nibiru and planet X and comets and all. That's total diversion. Anything the news is putting out there for you, ignore. It's diversions. You had one guy claiming that, something was going to come near the planet and shake the planet. All this is madness. Believe me, when Christ is on his way, when Christ comes, every eye will see. Because he will be the only light coming from outer space. Okay, there will be no news forecasted to prepare you for this. Nothing. We'll all know the same time. Okay? So thinking that a rock is going to come and shake the Earth's atmosphere, they're putting those things out there so you can ignore the fact of what they're doing within the Earth. They're blowing stuff up under you, trying to destroy the Madrid fault line and all those things. This is what they're doing in the Earth while they have you looking out into space. So when the Earth shake a little bit, you'll be like, okay, that must have been comet element. No, it's what they're doing. And they're using these space stories as an excuse so that you can't blame the government for being at war with you. Wake up. This is what's really going on. You have your government, which is the Pentagon, which is under Satan, and your UN and your UN armies and the EU planning on killing millions of people. A few billion of people. Billions. So they have to make you believe that your threat is foreign, that your threat is coming from outer space. Okay? So that you can actually look out in space instead of these demons who are in the earth killing you every day, recruiting you into their armies, shooting you with vaccinations that they know have leukemia and all types of drugs that will kill you within the drug. Okay, your enemy is not planet Nibiru or planet X or coming from space, a rock or a comet. That's not your enemy. Your enemy is the people you're voting in. Those are your enemies because they're in the army of Satan. All of them. Every last one of them. And they have you out here looking in space trying to... Listen, now everyone have become a meteorologist now. Instead of looking at what's going on within the earth. There's certain things we must examine when it comes to time according to Christ. And I'm going to show you if we're going to deal with time. First of all, understand that we're nowhere near 2012. We're about 8 years off or 9 years off from the real millennium if you count the time of Christ's birth. We're about 8 or 9 years away from the 2012 according to the Bible. Read.
Romans chapter 13 verse 11.
Read.
And that knowing the time.
What time is it?
That now it is high time to wake out of sleep.
It's time for us to now open our eyes. And see, it tell you in Hosea the 6th chapter that in 2 days he shall revive us and we shall live in his sight. Which means when we got to the real millennium, that's when we began to wake up and understand something was wrong. Then Satan is like, well, okay, they know now. We can't use these slaves anymore, these plebs anymore, because they can see. They understand that they're royalty. They understand that slavery is not good enough for them. We must kill them now. Jacob's trouble. That's where we are. Back into what time it is. I need you to go to Matthew 24 and 22. Read it.
St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 22.
Read it.
And except those days should be shortened.
Except those days be shortened. Read.
There should no flesh be saved.
Which means none of us would be saved if the Most High didn't shorten the days that the adversary have. And this is going out there to so-called New World Order, the Illuminati, these sadistic Satanists who believe that they're going to accomplish exterminating God's people. Yes, they're going to kill a lot of us. They're killing a lot of us now. But they're not going to win because the Most High is actually going to give them less time than they think they have. So we don't care how many calendars they're looking at. They're rushing everything now because they understand the Most High is actually going to cut the time they did think they had. Christ is doing this for us, so he's speeding the time up. You look, this year just came and we're almost at the end of the year already. So time is going way fast than we thought. You're going to look up and it's going to be something, it's going to, the Most High is spending time. We're going year from year so quick. It seemed like New Year's was yesterday, so-called New Year's. So they have less time than they think. So they're on this campaign, chemtrail and everything, and trying to mess up the earth, trying to kill off God's people. Some people may ask, well, why are they trying to do this? They just want power. They want money. Listen, I keep mentioning this. These people, okay, these people who are doing this have more money than you can imagine. They don't even spend money. They have so much money. When you're rich, and when you're that rich, you don't have to pay for anything. So they're not doing this because of money. They're doing this because of the promises that was given to us. They feel if they can destroy us, then by default, they will be the people of the promise. This is what they think in their sadistic minds. So they're out for mass extermination, and they don't care how many nations they kill in the interim. They need to exterminate Jacob. That's what this whole New World Order garbage is about. Getting rid of God's people. When you look on the news, seeing in these other countries in which they're bombing, why is the end result they have these so-called rebels? Why are they rounding up black people and killing black people everywhere? Why are we at the bare bottom getting destroyed when it's supposed to be about oil? You're going to find out it's about going in and killing our people all over the earth. This is what this is really about. And anyone that's trying to protect us, they will kill them too. Now they're going into Africa now. They've been killing Africans for the longest. They made up the AIDS pandemic, claiming they were killing, trying to cure Africans, and you had nurses and doctors going into Africa shooting them with the AIDS virus. Until the Africans, our people there, wised up and say, listen, we don't need your medicine. Keep your medicine. So now they're going to use military and army. If we don't take the soft kill, they're going to come with the serious kills. Now that we're waking up to the vaccination program, they say, okay, they used to us spraying all over the place. We're going to spray an airborne disease that's going to just kill everyone. This is their next moves, brothers and sisters. They're going to use the chemtrails as a weapon against us. And then they're going to claim, well, it's because people are not taking the vaccines. That's why diseases are spreading now. And when really, it's them spraying the diseases all over us. Then they're going to make it mandatory that you must get your shots, even if the military will administer them. That's what's coming. That's what's coming. Now, we're not afraid because we know we're in Christ. We don't care about what they're doing, but we're putting this out there so we'll let brothers know what time it is, brothers and sisters, and know what to prepare for, and know not to comply to anything the government tell you to do. Anything they tell you to do will be death. If you follow anything they tell you, it will mean death. Read that again.
St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
So if the Most High does not shorten these days, none of us would be left. They have a plan to kill all of us. They take all of our blood from birth. They have police officers out there taking DNA in databases. Come to find out, they're linking in your DNA with satellites. What are they doing this for? They have satellite weapons that can kill you. Why? They have weapons which are DNA connected, which they can just go and destroy people based on their DNA. Yeah. Their science is geared towards killing all of us. So the Bible says, unless those days be shortened, none of us would be left. They're targeting Jacob. They're looking to destroy God's people. And the other nations, you're just caught in the middle. Why? There's a chance you have mixed your blood with some of these undesirables. So the elite is looking to destroy anyone that have been connected to these undesirables. And because we've been spread through the four corners of the earth, it's a global war against terrorists. It's all coming together now. Now, if we were in one section of the earth altogether, then it would be an easier job for the elite just to target that area and just kill us off. But because the Most High spread us throughout the four corners of the earth, the elite have a war on terrorism with no defined enemy. Because they can't tell you straight off, they're just looking to destroy the poor and God's people who spread throughout the four corners of the earth. They can't tell you that right off. Read.
But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
But for the elect's sake, the Most High is going to shorten the days that Satan thought he had. He's going to shorten his days. In the interim, this destruction right now is going to join God's people together. A lot of you don't want to join together now because you still have some similitude of life. Satan still has some life out there for you. So you don't feel a need to come together yet. But with what's about to happen, you're going to come together. You're going to thank the Most High that he had some people out there. It's going to be so hard. You're going to thank the Most High to see another Israelite someplace. It's going to be so hard. We're just letting you know what's coming. They're going to take the money out of the system. Look at what's going on in Europe right now. All the European countries that didn't comply to their new world order are now being taken over by the bankers. The bankers are the Satanists. They're the people that's over the world and being controlled through Satan. They're going to gather these countries together, have a currency system with no money, administer the mark of the beast. It's coming. And see, when a lot of you see these things come to pass, which we're speaking about, y'all going to know that we were teaching the truth according to the Most High. And that's going to bring a lot of us together. Okay? That's what's going to bring a lot of us together, because you're going to say, man, those brothers was talking about those things. Okay? It was years ago, like 1999, 2000, we were telling people, watch out for the Vera chip. We did a full research on Digital Angel and the Vera chip. And all the Israelites out there were saying that the chip wasn't the mark of the beast. Now everyone is starting to mention it now. But now, it's beyond that now. They're dealing with diseases and all these things that's going to make us beg government to give us a solution. Going back into time, let me speak about this real quick, because unfortunately we don't have that much time before Gabar get ready. Going back into time, get Jeremiah the 10th chapter. Just dealing with time. We have less time than we think before a lot of these things happen. We have less time. Look at your Occupy situations that's going on right now. Occupy this and occupy that. You got your police and government who's at war with the people all over the earth. You can't go anywhere unless you automatically feel like a criminal, even though you're doing nothing wrong. You notice that? There's a war on right now. The war is against good and evil. It's the rich against the poor. Let's see what time we're in. Read Jeremiah 10 to show people what they need to be looking at. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Most High speaketh unto you.
Hear the word of God. Read.
O house of Israel.
O who?
O house of Israel.
O house of Israel. Read.
Thus saith the Most High, Learn not the way of the heathen.
First of all, we are not to learn the ways of the heathen. That means we cannot follow the heathen's holy days or holidays. We can't follow the heathen's education, their belief structure. Why? That's what made Israel special. We were separated from the heathen or the Gentiles, and the Most High gave us something special outside of them. So we can't listen to them. How can you listen to a power who is looking to destroy you? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. You understand? You beat me, you dragged me over, you done stole my land, you done killed me, and yet I'm to listen to you? I don't think you have my best interest at heart. Your education is a joke. We've learned more ignoring your education and finding out true history. It seems, and going into history, I'm going back to that in a moment, but something that just came to mind. Going into history, every nation in this earth can do research and link their history back to ancient times, except us. It seems like when it comes to our history, the historians get on the History Channel or get on TV and say, well, you know, this particular history, you know, it could have been this. We're still looking into that. When it comes to our history, that's how you know if the history is pertaining to us. When they say they're still looking at it, when there's a question mark behind some history, it's ours. Every other nation can trace their history back to ancient times except our people. And a lot of our people are totally satisfied living in ignorance with their history stolen, living as slaves. But what's about to happen is going to wake our people up. Believe me, you're going to know that you cannot trust the heathen. Oh yeah, I'm spraying chemtrails over you because, you know, global warming.
The intense energy being beamed into the sky by HAARP is actually heating up the atmosphere, causing weather changes.
HAARP is being used for weather modification. The military's own record proves it. They've admitted it within their own documents, and yet they still deny it to the public.
Okay? We just want to protect the environment for you. You know, it's fine. You know what I mean? Just go ahead and finish drinking your aspartame and eating people and eating fetuses in your Diet Cokes. Just go ahead. We love you. This is how they operating right now. And we just operating like, yeah, our government will never destroy us. Our government is of Satan. They're of Satan. You can't trust anything the heathen has given us because what? The heathens became rich through our fall. That's common sense. So they know if we start rising, they fall. So you cannot follow the heathen. Heathen are all the nations outside of God's people. Read.
Thus saith the Most High, learn not the way of the heathen.
We can't learn the way of the heathen. Read.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
And that's another thing, because the heathen are dismaying you. The heathens are deceiving you. They're meteorologists. It says, be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. That means the things out in space, like they're showing you on the news. Or planet Nibiru, or the comet Elenin. Did God tell you that? Did the Bible tell you that? Did the Most High say, look out for comet Elenin? It's another distraction from the heathen. Read.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
The heathen are dismayed at them. The heathen be looking out into the stars and all those things, trying to get answers. Why? Because they don't believe in the Bible. They believe in science. They don't believe in the Bible. We cannot be dismayed at the signs of heaven. We can't deal with times according to the Gentiles. We cannot deal with times according to the Gentiles. Let's get 2nd Ezra, the 14th chapter, real quick out of your Apocrypha. Dealing in time. Talking about time right here. And let me tell you, when we did this research and looked into these things years ago, it's like, okay, we started thinking like, okay, the Most High is going to gather his people throughout the 4 corners of the earth, dealing in time. Now the Most High is going to start waking up his people. Now, listen to me clearly, brothers and sisters, because this is getting back to the Babylon thing. What nation in this earth is made out of all people, and it's filled, a country filled with the children of Israel in one particular country. You got every tribe of Israel in America right now, every tribe, but they call them minorities. See, if you see, that's another psychological warfare tactic. That's called them minority groups. That actually separates these people, even though they're one family. But you got Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Levites, Judites. You have Ephraimites, you have Gadites, which are North American Indians. You have Colombians living in America. You name it. Every tribe lives in America, but they just divided into fractions. Now you have brothers out there telling people that, listen, here are the 12 tribes of Israel, and they all coming together realizing, you know what, we're the same people. Don't you think that the Illuminist powers and the government is seeing that that the tribe of Israel is coming together? Just imagine all these tribes who've been taken down and enslaved in America come together as one within those borders. What happens? Who becomes the minority? So they're looking at numbers. They're seeing they're losing numbers. They're losing people from the church. The church rolls are coming down now. The people are waking up. The church rolls, people are walking away from their brainwashing. People are dropping out of school because you're not learning nothing in school. And here it is, you got people getting more education off the internet with the Bible than they could ever get in their lifetime. You think the government powers are not taking statistics? They're saying, listen, it's time to blow this thing. If these people come together in this country, it's over. Okay? And these people have the greatest weapon known to man. They starting to find out who the Most High is. That's the greatest weapon, brothers and sisters. Our weapons are not carnal. We have the greatest weapons. So they say, you know what? We have to demoralize these people, and we need to blow this thing as soon as possible. You have to occupy this and occupy that. They got the government coming in, the military coming in. They're looking to go against America. They're trying to unite Europe right now so that they can move everything to Europe. This is what they're doing. They're uniting Europe so that they can move all their guys out. The gig is up. The gig is up. Some other things you have to look for. They imploded the so-called World Trade Center, and the new center that they are actually going to erect is going to be called the 1776. The 1776 Plaza. And it's going to be the highest building within the United States, ever have been within the United States. One of the largest buildings on earth that they're going to do in that same particular area. And they're going to show that that's going to be a proclamation within itself. That they have assumed and accomplished a new world order in America. And after that, they're going to blow that joint. Believe me, this is what's going to happen. America is going to be expendable, and then they're going to make their war against us all around the earth on an entirely different level. Now, once they administer the mark of the beast, now they're going to know who's with them and who's against them. You think the war is now. Wait till they administer the mark of the beast, and there's no more financial or paper money to spend in this earth. And only those with the mark will be able to buy and sell. That's when the highest number of our people are going to die, during that particular period. Because they're just putting the grid in place right now. They're putting the army in place. They're putting the governments in place. That's what they're doing right now for what they're about to roll out. And everyone without that chip is going to be labeled a terrorist. Every last person. Now they don't have to go looking for terrorists. Terrorists are those that didn't comply with the new system. Period. They have our birth certificates. They have us all on the rolls, and by default, they're going to know who's not in the database. They're going to say, here's all the terrorists right here. All these people who did not take the mark are the terrorists. We're at war with them, and that's when it's going to come to light that we've been in a battle the whole time since birth. The CIA and the government's been warned against us. That's when it's going to all come to light that we've been born into a war. Now, I don't want to get too wordy here because I wanted to deal with Esdras and dealing with time. Let's go to 2nd Esdras 14, start at the first verse.
Second Esdras, chapter 14, verse 11.
Read.
And it came to pass, upon the third day, I sat under an oak tree, and behold, there came a voice out of the bush over against me.
Go ahead.
And said, Esdras, Esdras. And he said, Here am I.
He says, Esdras, Esdras, here am I. So the voice from the burning bush did not only speak to Moses, the voice from the burning bush also spoke to Esdras. Read.
And I said, Here am I, Lord.
Here am I, Lord. Read.
And I stood upon my feet. Then said he unto me, And the bush I did manifestly reveal myself unto Moses.
Go ahead.
And talk with him, when my people served in Egypt.
When my people served in Egypt. Now you think the same God that seen us serve in Egypt is not seeing us and haven't seen us serve in Babylon? That's our God. He's seen the rigorous destruction we went through. He's seen our people being thrown overboard in the waters. Okay, he see the oppression right now. America, through this so-called drug war, have incarcerated so many of our people. This fake drug war the CIA done cooked up by bringing drugs in and making it illegal, knowing that we would do it so that we can be systematic slaves in the system. So don't think slavery just ended. Look how many people working in these corporate prisons for nothing. These for-profit prisons. So that same God who's seen us in Egypt is looking at what's going on now. Read.
Verse 4.
Go ahead.
And I sent him and led my people out of Egypt.
I sent him and led my people out of Egypt. Read.
And brought him up to the Mount of Sinai.
And brought him up to the Mount of Sinai. Another thing, there's not going to be a one Moses that's going to lead the children of Israel out of Babylon. Christ is going to gather us throughout the four corners of the earth. So if you're looking for one Moses, when the Lord tell you he has 144,000 leaders within this earth, you are sadly mistaken. Okay, a lot of you are one of the leaders. Okay, so it's more than just Moses now. It's through the Spirit of Christ that we're gathering the people. So some people are saying, well, we got to wait for Moses so that we can come out of captivity. No, the Holy Spirit makes it where many men can walk like Moses. Many men can lead, not just one person. So any of you that's looking for one person to come lead you, you're sadly mistaken. There's many of the 144,000 in this earth right now, and the governments are trying to target them. Anyone that with a voice that's willing to stand and put their life on the line is a threat in this world. And when you rise up the same way Malcolm and Martin Luther King, and you have influence beyond color lines and color barriers, and you're speaking the truth, you must go according to the government. And that's how you know. That's how you know something is going on with Farrakhan. Because he's still able to operate. Why? Because he's not telling people the truth according to the Bible. He's not saying who the children of Israel are. He's not standing with full truth. He's in the middle. He's being utilized to keep our people still. Read.
Verse 4. And I sent him and led my people out of Egypt.
The Most High sent Moses to let our people out of Egypt. Read.
And brought him up to the Mount of Sinai.
And he brought Moses to Mount Sinai and did what?
Where I held him by me a long season, and told him many wondrous works, showed him the secrets of the times.
So he showed Moses the secrets of the times. So he did not only give Moses commandments, he showed Moses the end, the time we're in right now. He showed Moses. Read.
And the end.
And what?
And the end.
And the end. Esdras seen the end also. The Most High showed Esdras also. He also told Esdras, these scriptures I'm going to tell you to give the people you publish, but to hide the 70. The 70 verses is in the Cambridge Apocrypha to show you what happens after death. To show you what happens in the levels of hell for those who didn't follow the Most High. He gave Esdras that too. He showed Moses that too. And he also showed Paul that. Read.
And commanded him, saying, these words shalt thou declare.
These shall you declare.
And these shalt thou hide.
So he told Esdras, here's the scriptures I want you to give to the people, and I'm going to give you other information you must hide from the people. That information have been found lately and have been published in your Cambridge Apocrypha. The 70 levels, the 70 scriptures that tell you what happens after death. Now, the Catholic Church had this for years. Why won't they give this to the people? Why? They don't want you to believe there's judgment after death. They want you to question whether or not there's a God. And if you read this, you'll know beyond any shadow of a doubt there is a God. Okay, let me tell you, you have spirits calling from the grave, calling from Hades, crying out to go warn their ancestors about coming to where they are. They don't want you to know that. The dead is trying to get to where you are to warn their children not to come to the place where they are and to give the living a chance. They don't want you to know that. Spirits are eternal. You see this vibrant spirit that's in us? You think it stops once you lay down? There's a judgment once we leave this place physically. And this spirit is eternal. Why? Because we were made from the essence of the Most High. He's the great I Am, and He's eternal. So we were made from His essence, and He cannot destroy His own essence. So there's a place for us, either good or bad. The Catholic Church don't want you to know about this, the levels of it. Because many will look at themselves and understand they have a limited time, not knowing how long we have to be right before this judgment. Read.
Verse 8. And thou lay up in thy heart the signs that I have showed thee.
Go ahead.
And the dreams that thou hast seen.
Go ahead.
And the interpretations which thou hast heard. For thou shalt be taken away from all, and from henceforth thou shalt remain with my son.
So he told Esdras that he was about to be taken away, that soon he would pass. Read.
And with such as be like thee, until the times be ended.
Go ahead.
For the world have lost its youth.
So at that time it says the world lost its youth. And this was during the time of Esdras. Read.
And the times begin to wax old.
And the times begin to wax old. What time? The times from the beginning of Adam up into the consummation when Christ would return. Read.
Verse 11. For the world is divided into 12 parts.
To let you know, the world is divided into 12,000 years. Each part is 1,000 years when you do the research. To let you know that the earth is not 100 billion years old. That's a lie in itself. It says the earth is divided into 12 parts. Read.
And the 10 parts of it are gone already.
The 10th part is gone already.
And half of a 10th part.
And half of a 10th part. At this time, it's about around 450 BC. To let you know that you have from 450 BC, you have 450 BC is where Esdras was. So it says how many parts are gone already?
10 parts of it are gone already.
10 parts are gone already. Read.
And half of a 10th part.
And half of a 10th part. So you're talking about 500 years to the time that Christ would come into the earth, from the time he's speaking to Esdras. So Christ would be that 10th part. Then you would have 2,000 years before the end. What end? The end of the Roman Empire. So now you got 2,000 years, which happened around 2003, 2004, when the people started to become revived again. Read.
Verse 12.
Go ahead.
And there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part. Now therefore set thine house in order.
Therefore set thine house in order. Why? Because now he says you have a short amount of time. To show you altogether from the time of Adam is 12,000 years. 12,000 years. We're really in the end of that second part. Those 2,000 years we had left. We're at the end of it now. Read.
And reprove thy people.
And reprove thy people. Get our people together. Read.
Comfort such of them as be in trouble.
And comfort those people who be in trouble. That means we must look out for our people in Jacob's trouble, because the biggest trouble is going to come against us. Read.
And now renounce corruption.
And renounce corruption. We must now go against the corrupt governments, go against the corruption in our own neighborhoods, and above all, the corruption within ourselves. We have to renounce all corruption in this earth, because we're in this time. The devil knows he has a short time, brothers and sisters. So now, it's a free-for-all against our people. He don't care anymore. The government officials don't, it doesn't matter how much you vote, whether or not you're a part of the system, none of that matters. It's getting right with the Most High, calling on the Most High, and coming together as a people. And think outside of our programming. There's life outside of our captivity. We have to start thinking now how to operate when the system goes down. First, spiritually. When there's no more supermarkets, when there's no more trucks coming into your neighborhoods giving you food, when there's no clothing stores making you clothes and you going to these different places just picking out your clothes. All this stuff is about to come to an end, brothers and sisters. It's about to come to an end. This is the mindset we must be in now. We have to think outside our captivity. And think, okay, if this was to happen tomorrow and they pull the mark of and they cut off all of our bank accounts, and there's no paper money, and the military is at war with our people all over the earth, and there's no substance, how will we survive? What will we do? This is the mind. You can't wait till these things happen to start planning and thinking of these things. You have to think while there's still time. You can't be in the midst of it and say, okay, let me plan, who can I get with? It's too late. You got tanks running down the street, you got foreign armies all on your soil, you got Chinese armies, Russian armies. There's no time to be doing anything at that time. So this is the time it is for our people to start thinking about what to do. Doctors, lawyers, people with any substance right now, it's time to come together. If you have any finances, your finances will not mean anything, because your money will be turned into credits that you can only get if you receive the mark of the beast. And for those the people out there that's saying that the RFID is not the mark of the beast, what are you saying? When they roll out this chip that you're going to get it? When they roll this thing out, you're gonna let doctors or some tattoo shop or the police inject you with this particular device? So the time we're in, brothers and sisters, is to start planning now, while we have some power over our goings. They set up the global net, not for Arabs, not for Al-Qaeda. They set up the global networks for our people, to stop us from actually leaving and planning on our own. This is what this is about. That's what they set this up for. There's no more Bin Laden, brothers and sisters. They done blew that cover a long time ago. There's no more Gaddafi. There's no more none of this now. So you're the terrorist now. Now it comes back to you. Okay, when the cops are twisting you up and beating you down and doing and asking you for your papers, that's not Bin Laden. That's you. So we have to say, well, listen, these people are at war with Jacob. Let's move ourselves from the heathen and understand what time we're in to plan together. Okay? Let's not take any advice from the Gentile understandings, their philosophy, their science. Let's come back to a higher, by Hashem Yeshaya. Let's come back to the Most High in Christ. Okay? For those that haven't received the water, get baptized in the name of the Ruach, the Holy Spirit, and be guided by the Holy Spirit. Listen, and those of you that have substance, because the Bible says, the scriptures say, charge the rich, which means you have the physical substance to now change that into something tangible so that your people can have something when it's time. If you don't spend it now, don't think you're going to be able to spend it then. And we talking about these people out here who think you have finances and think that it's all good and you're going to live all good. No. If you have money, you are a threat to the New World Order also, because you can buy weapons. You can buy time. You can buy substance to sustain your people when they're trying to take things away from your people. So you are one of the biggest threats. So they're going to start coming after entertainers that are not down with Satan's program. They're going to start coming after basketball players, all that. Anybody with money that can help others, they're going to start coming after. So brothers and sisters, it's time for us to come together according to the Most High. All right? And that's what time it is. It's time for us to look at the prophecies according to Matthew 24. That's what we need to be looking at. Not these other things they're putting out there. This planet, this comet, I'm hearing all this stuff. And let me tell you, don't be looking at those so-called UFOs either. The majority of the UFO activity you see out there are military. It's the Pentagon military and the Europeans military. They've been dealing with those ships since the 50s and 60s, telling you they were weather balloons. So you can't get caught up into that either. When Christ's army come, and when those ships come, we'll know it. Okay, and that's what time we're in. It's time for us to wake out of sleep. There's a few more things I wanted to get into, but I'm going to run into brother's time. What time it is there? It's 1? 1:05. Okay. It's 1 o'clock. So let me answer a few questions. Yeah, I read about that, about Obama going into the Pacifics. Not only that, he's dealing with that whole area, that Asian area. Let me tell you, the brothers and sisters over there in Australia is on a deep level. We're talking about the tribe of Reuben. So they're planting troops every place our people are in. We know some people who are in Australia who went and visited the Aborigines. And let me tell you, there's no one on this earth that know the land and how to deal in a rural situation like Reuben. Okay, they're used to just trusting in total nature. And these people are some of the healthiest people on earth. Now they're going to set up troops over there in Australia. They're going to try to destroy our people over there. Okay, but the Most High is going to save a lot of them because they haven't been tainted by the Western world. So you have Reuben over there. Now they're going to use those armies to try to wipe out our people over in Australia. Okay? They're using this guy to do all types of things, man. And if he was Bush, they would have impeached him already. But because he's black, he's a CIA agent. I hope you all know that. Okay, and he's a Satanist too, big time. What we have here? Someone asked, what is the ensign in Isaiah 11? The ensign is Christ himself. That's why it says it shall come out a root of Jesse. Christ is the ensign. That means we must look to Christ to be saved, and that is what will gather us. He's the ensign. The people of Ecuador are Israelites. Okay? Like the people of Ecuador, what is that near?
It's South America, like near Mexico.
It's near Mexico, right?
Further down. Okay.
And Chile?
Around Asher.
Okay, they Asher. They're Asher. Ecuadorians are Asher. Someone asked, can I talk about Atlantis? Yes, I can speak about Atlantis. Atlantis, in a nutshell, is a landmass that was destroyed during the flood. That was one of the greatest cities of the giants that was destroyed before the flood. That was the capital of the giants. Okay? So when the Most High flooded the earth, he destroyed their capital. It went underwater. Okay? And the powers of this earth worship the spirits or the gods of Atlantis. They feel that that's their forefathers. They originated from those particular fallen angels and Nephilim who came to earth and bare giants, and the Most High destroyed them. Okay? And there's a lot of demonic spiritual activity in that area. Someone asked, is Satan a man? He's absolutely a man. Is he a reptilian? I don't know whether or not, I don't even get into this reptilian thing. I think that's David Icke, who's also a satanic plant from Europe, to distract people into what's really going on. Okay? Whether or not they can, I know they shapeshift, whether or not they show scales and show like snakes, I've never seen them turn into a reptilian, so I can't say. All right, but I know that the Most High called him the old serpent, which is a reptile. But I've never seen him, and neither do I care to see him. And I just pray that the Most High judge him as soon as possible. We don't have time to deal with the 7 levels right now. That's a lesson in itself. Someone asked, where can I find the Apocalypse of Paul? You can actually find that online. Just type in Apocalypse of Paul. And the scriptures actually relate directly to those particular scriptures.